Once you're happy with how the preview looks, click and drag the load mapping onto Load Scripts to create a load script. A window pops up, allowing us to add other load mappings to the script. We don't have any, so we'll just click OK. Select the load script we just created. This is the warehouse code DataBridger created from our load mapping and virtual table. You'll notice a lot of these statements start with omit. These are the Salesforce account fields we chose not to include in our virtual table. Right-click the Create Accounts load script and click Properties. You can limit the number of records being loaded into Salesforce by specifying a value for max records. I'm going to enter 10 for this first load and click OK. Now, before we run the load script, why don't we take a look at our existing accounts in Salesforce. Here I have the All Accounts list view open, and we can see that there are 12 accounts. I've sorted them in reverse chronological order, so the records coming from the CSV file will show up at the top. Back in DataBridger, right-click the load script and choose Save and Run Script locally. Save the script and watch it run. Great. Warehouse reports a successful load. Now let's go back into Salesforce and refresh the list of accounts to see our hard work paid off. At the top of the list are the first 10 records from our CSV file. If I click on one of them, I can go into its details and see the rest of the fields we mapped. Here's the billing address, and if I click the edit icon, we can see the individual fields. And at the bottom, here's the description. If you're happy with the results and you're ready to delete the records, you can go back to the account list and delete them one by one. But what if you didn't put a max records restriction on your load script and loaded all the records from the CSV file? We'll go over mass deleting records using a delete virtual table in DataBridger in a future lesson. But for now, if you have admin privileges in your Salesforce environment, you can use the mass delete records function in Salesforce Setup. In Lightning or Classic, go to Setup and type mass delete in the quick find box. And click Mass Delete Records. Click Mass Delete Accounts. Under Step 3, click the first drop-down menu and choose Account Name. Select Contains from the second drop-down and type the unique value you used in the load mapping in the text field. Click Search and you should see a list of the records we loaded at the bottom of the page. To delete them en masse, click the checkbox next to Account Name at the top of the table to select all records on the page and click Delete. Depending on how many records you loaded, you might have to repeat the last step. Okay, to recap, we created a load mapping from a virtual mapping, selected which fields in our target table correspond to which fields in our source table, created a load script, and ran it to load data into Salesforce.